India, as the world's largest democracy and one of the fastest-growing major economies, plays a significant role in global geopolitics. Over the past few decades, two major global powers, the United States and China, have developed distinct relationships with India. The question of who is a better friend to India is complex and depends on strategic, economic, historical, and geopolitical factors. This video will explore India's relations with both countries and evaluate who aligns more closely with India's interests. India's relationship with the U.S. has undergone a massive transformation. During the Cold War, the U.S. aligned more with Pakistan, while India leaned toward the Soviet Union. However, post-1990s, particularly after the 2005 India-U.S. civil nuclear deal, the relationship deepened. Strategic dialogues, military cooperation, and economic ties have grown since then. India and China share a long and complex history. Despite civilizational links and cooperation through platforms like BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, the relationship has been marred by border disputes, especially after the 1962 war. Recent skirmishes in Galwan Valley in 2020 and tensions along the line of actual control have strained ties further. The U.S. is one of India's largest trading partners. Bilateral trade in goods and services exceeds $190 billion as of 2023. The U.S. is a major investor in India's technology, manufacturing, and services sectors. Indian companies also invest heavily in the U.S., creating jobs and strengthening ties. China is also a major trading partner, but the trade is heavily skewed in China's favor. India imports a vast amount of electronics, machinery, and raw materials from China. Trade deficit with China is a concern for India. Despite tensions, economic interdependence persists, especially in supply chains. Both countries have signed foundational defense agreements, Lemoa Komkasa Beka. They conduct regular military exercises like Yudh Abhyas and Malabar with Japan and Australia. India is a major defense partner of the U.S., gaining access to advanced technologies. The two countries collaborate in the Indo-Pacific to counterbalance China's growing influence. Military cooperation is minimal and often overshadowed by tensions along the border. Trust deficit due to repeated incursions and infrastructure buildup by China. Efforts like the Working Mechanism for Consultation and Coordination, or WMCC, exist, but with limited success. India and the U.S. share values of democracy, rule of law, and free market economy. Both are part of the Quad alliance with Japan and Australia, which aims to ensure a free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific. The U.S. supports India's bid for a permanent seat at the UN Security Council. China is seen more as a strategic competitor than an ally. China's support for Pakistan, opposition to India's NSG membership, and vetoes at the UN create friction. The Belt and Road Initiative, which India opposes, adds to the geopolitical divide. Over 4 million Indian Americans live in the U.S. Thousands of Indian students study in American universities each year. Cultural exchange and diaspora influence are strong, enhancing mutual understanding. People-to-people interaction is limited. Language, political systems, and mistrust limit deeper social ties. Differences on issues like data privacy, trade, tariffs, visa policies, and human rights. India's purchase of S-400 missile systems from Russia caused friction due to U.S. sanctions, also known as CAATSA. Strategic autonomy remains a key Indian principle, which sometimes leads to divergence. The border dispute remains unresolved and volatile. China's aggressive posturing and support for Pakistan continue to strain relations. Cybersecurity, espionage, and trade practices are also areas of concern. Surveys and public opinion in India show that the U.S. is viewed more favorably than China. Anti-China sentiment has increased post-Galwan clash. American companies and culture are more deeply embedded in Indian society than Chinese counterparts. The partnership is likely to strengthen, especially in technology. like AI and semiconductors as well as in climate change, space, and defense. Shared concerns over China's rise bring India and the US closer. Challenges remain, but mutual interests outweigh the differences. The relationship may remain competitive and cautious. Both countries will likely maintain economic links while managing strategic rivalry. Border resolution and diplomatic trust building will be crucial but challenging. While China is a powerful neighbor and a significant trading partner, the United States is clearly a closer and more aligned partner for India in terms of values, strategic cooperation, and long-term geopolitical interests. The India-US relationship, although not without challenges, is built on a foundation of mutual trust, shared democratic values, and complementary economic and security goals. China, by contrast, is viewed more as a rival than a friend, due to unresolved border disputes, strategic competition, and a lack of transparency. Therefore, if we must choose between the two, the United States emerges as the better and more reliable friend for India.